Yes. You hit it once, you hit it twice, you stick your foot in, you stick your foot out, you do the hokey
Do the
pokey,
hokey pokey.
and then you do and turn yourself about. Or the tarot hokey pokey. Hello everybody. Yes, they're like, oh my god, there goes Heather again. Um
We've been doing the hokey pokey.
yeah, with the live stream. So
Yeah.
oh, hello everybody, and thank you, Nancy, for joining me on this pop up. I get antsy on Thursday nights because I don't really have anything else that goes on in the evening, and I start to get the itch to shuffle or to hang out and talk with my peeps. So I reached out to Nancy. I said, "You got any shows or anything going on tonight?" No. Why? And I said, I was thinking about doing a live with a little wink emoji.
I made her work for it.
Yeah. So thank you everybody. So what Nancy and I are going to be doing tonight, she said, I go, what do you want to talk about? And she goes, how about sharing some of our favorite decks? And I said, sounds good to me. So I made this kind of part of my Divine Design series where we talk and share about our favorite decks and the cards and what we love about the art and the symbolism. And this could be any type of deck. Lenormand, crystal. I brought one of my crystals, tarot, oracle. So rune cards if you have rune cards. And so she says, how about we do readings a little bit later for what do I need to know today? And I said, that sounds great. So as soon as we're done sharing what time we have left, we'll go ahead and do that for y'all. So
Well, Garnet just joined us.
oh,
Hey,
did
Garnet.
he? Hello, Garnet. And so
He's
what are
small.
some of your favorite decks, people,
Yeah.
in chat if you have them? And please go ahead and share. And if you want to try to take a stab at maybe what Nancy and I brought. For Nancy, I understand it's a little hard. Nancy's got like what 300 decks. she's a she's a wonderful deck collector.
I think I have more than that, but
Oh, okay.
but let's don't don't tell anybody.
And so we have Ange here. Hello, my dear. Thank you for being here. Lots of love to you, Ange. Carmela Flowing is here. And Tropical Empress Amanda is here. And Amanda, I went to go look for your email on your channel, and it's still not there, sweetie. We can't wait to have you on. So I know, nag, 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 but you're wonderful and you're lovely, and we're looking forward to having you on as soon as possible. And moving down, everybody's saying hello. And there's, yes, Nancy, my darling, and of course Heather Blooming and Mom. I love that. I really do. Um, let's see. I understand being that way. I was up until 6 this morning making videos. Oh, okay. Hey, when the energy hits and the spirit hits, whenever you know you get that inspiration, or that, or they start saying, people are starting to say downloads. To me, I like messages. Downloads, I feel like I'm a computer or I'm an electronic device. Hello, peace, mama. Yes, it's going to be fun today. And Shazad, is this Monday? No, it's Thursday, but thanks for being here, Shazad. Shazad always joins us on Mondays for our Divine Feminine. So it's good to see you, my friend. And Sonia is here. Hello, my dear. And Green Adventuring Tarot is here. Hello. And Howdy, the Stash Man is here. So
Yeah.
no tagging, that is fine. All good stuff. And I had a fun show yesterday with Gerald. Gerald didn't get to pull cards because I had my color astrology book with me, and everyone was like, "Oh, what's the color for my birthday?" And at one point, Gerald was like, "Okay, we gotta stop now so we can share our decks and our books." So, thank you everybody and Gerald for a great show yesterday. It was a lot of fun. And Peace Mama says Water Oracle is her favorite. I like the new deck I got yesterday. Ooh.
Ooh.
And the Celtic Goddess Oracle. And Nancy Riker is here. Hello, Nancy. Liz.
Isn't it
Reeves.
exciting when we order a deck and
Yeah.
it arrives? I love it.
Here, let me fix this. Like I was telling Nancy, every time I turn on the fan, it looks like half my head is flying up off my head. So, alrighty, there we go. And Amanda, I have No, I have forgotten to list my email in some of my videos. Just on your main page under your about, where anyone at any time could go ahead and to grab that. So um, yeah, we're looking forward to having you, my dear. And let's see. Amanda, yes, loved the show yesterday. Um, and she says, I watched the playback of you and Gerald's show, loved it. We had a lot of fun. We had some laughs.
Yeah.
And that was the point.
That's
To
right.
have a good time. And oh yes, right, Shazad, you are in Texas. It
Oh,
was blackout in Houston since Barrow played Havoc Monday early in the morning.
yeah.
Oh, you have no cell phone service? Oh, even other areas. Oh, well, Shazad, I hope you are doing well, that you're safe. We're good to have you here. And again, yeah, people can send healing energy. We got a couple of different requests for this evening. Let me go ahead. First of all, Ange, I hope you don't mind. Roots and Waves in chat. This beautiful young lady right here lost her grandma this week, so we could all send Ange a lot of love. Beautiful, warm pinks and goldens and blues, whatever that greens, just soft, beautiful healing energy and supportive energy to Ange. That would be greatly appreciated. Again, Ange, I hope you don't mind me. But I know you've already shared in another chat, so I figured it would be okay. Our friend Ginger Faye is suffering with a migraine this evening, and we want to send her lots of love and healing energy to help, relieve that migraine and help the pressure and help her to relax and to feel better. And of course, to the people, in Texas too,
Sending
um,
love, Ange. Yes.
that were.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Mhm. And then I found out today, I don't know specifically what was what, but I do have a friend that I'm not going to be able to reach her now until next month. And I think her mother might have passed away. Her mom had just started cancer treatments again. Her name is Kathy. So just sending lots of love to, in case she, lurks and pops in, sending you lots of love and healing energy to you, Kathy, and your family, if that's the case. Um, and when she's ready, if she can, she'll reach out. So a lot of people going through a lot, and we just want to be able to send and support energy out to everybody and know that they're not alone, that they're loved, they are enough, they are worthy, and everything's going to be okay. So with that said, Maruta is here. Hello, Madam Maru. And what is up with my chat? I meant to say hi, Gerald. Oh, it's the shenanigans, YouTube chat room shenanigans. Yes, it was a fun show. So I'm making sure that I'm looking. I just ordered a deck called Journey to the West. It won't be here till October, but I already feel like it's my favorite deck.
Oh,
That's wonderful when you feel that initial
yeah.
connection. And that's
I
how I
wonder
had it
what
with one of my
Peace
decks.
Mama decided to get. She sat on the floor at the bookstore for 20 minutes deciding on which one to get. So, Peace Mama, which one did you finally decide on?
And look who popped in. Hello, Ramon. Hello, sweetheart. Good to see you. Relax. Just got home from work. Enjoy your evening. Kick back. Um, and Ange says, thank you for so much for your condolences. Much appreciated. This is tough. Yeah, it never is easy. And we all, again, Dolly did a show the other morning with Chrissy. And the first card that came out was grief and loss. And so I feel like a lot of us are experiencing that. And it's not just, losing somebody in our life. It could be the grief or loss of a pet. It could be a job. It could be something where we feel like maybe we lost a part of ourselves or things that we have to change and move on from also. So I know what that's like. So everyone's saying hello and sending blessings. Hello, Moira. Well, we got 15 people already for a pop-up. Oh my goodness, Nancy.
Ah,
It
yeah,
looks like our Monday chat crew is all popping in here.
yeah.
Um
The Celtic
yes, she thought
Goddess
such
Oracle.
yeah.
Sounds
Jessica
beautiful.
Lynn. And let's see. Oh, Moira says, you're both looking very colorful this evening. Nancy always wears these beautiful, like colorful blouses and stuff. And I'm like, I always show up with a t-shirt or a flannel. I'm like, well, let me pull out something that has color in it. So.
I do love my tie-dye though.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And Amanda says, I have a long list of decks to order. I plan on ordering a few new decks by the end of this week. Did I get caught up with chat? I hope I didn't miss.
I am waiting on a deck called the Fifth Tarot, and it came out in 2014. And then a little later, it became a Kickstarter. And it's a tarot deck with 92 cards because it has all 5 elements. And the fifth, of course, the ethers. So I can't wait to get my hands on it.
And if you want to see what this deck looks like, Nancy had a beautiful reading from Amy's Mystic Rose tarot the other day. So you can see her using that deck for her readings.
If anybody she is Mystic Rose Tarot 888, because there's another Mystic Rose, and when you put just Mystic Rose and the other one comes up, she's kind of
sure the eights.
But she gives the most beautiful her readings just have always really touched my heart. But I just love Amy. But
and she likes to read on the energy of the person. She doesn't do predictive.
No.
She doesn't do third party. She likes to focus on what's the energy right now, and she gives you the tools.
Yes.
To work to get yourself through your question or your concern. It's just not here's and then you go off. But I love how it's a soft, tender, tough love. When you get a reading, but it's always from a beautiful. She's got such a beautiful heart. She really does.
Yeah.
I would love to have her on one of these days.
When she did her live a couple of nights ago.
Bye, Sonia. Thank you for popping in.
She lives in Portland, Oregon, and it was 110 degrees.
Yep.
And
got a little hot.
At 9:00 at night, it was 92.
Thank you, Ange. She put Amy's
awesome
chant link in there, so thank you. Awesome, Ange.
You are on the ball, girl.
Yes, she is. Moira says, I have not pulled a tarot card in months, in a rut or tarot burnout or something. And you know what? That's good that you're doing that, because if we're in that place, or we're in that state of mind or that energy, we wouldn't be getting very good readings anyways. And you're listening to your body and to your spirit, and your guides. So you're doing the right thing, girl. Sometimes we got to go through, a dry spell sometimes we might have to get reconnected. We need to get regrounded. We might have to, work through some stuff, and then you'll start feeling the pull probably again, And hey, Jay, stopping in. Thanks, sweetheart. Another one on the West Coast, the Pacific Northwest, my girl Jay. And so, I told Amy a couple months ago, well, we're heading to, Southern Oregon. I go, well, I'll have to treat you to a coffee for some of the wonderful readings you've done for me in the past. And she goes, let's go for a hike instead in the woods or in one of our beautiful parks. And I said, gotcha. And I go, then maybe lunch. And she goes, then maybe lunch. So I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of my fellow, readers and on the West Coast when I get out there. So, all righty.
Twisted Sushi is out.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
I think she said Dundee area or something. We're not familiar where that is, but and then Allie is up in, and Michelle Marie is also up in Washington. So once I get settled in there and get on my feet, I'll start because that Interstate 5 goes right up alongside. It hits all those.
Well, my son just popped in, Bartholomew.
I was like, wait a minute, did we just get a troll?
No, that's my son.
This is David.
He subbed to you. Did you notice you had one more?
Was that CJ?
No, that's Barth.
Well, somebody named CJ subscribed to me, so thank you, CJ, if you're lurking. But Barth, oh my God, yeah. You know, I could never get into that movie. And I mean, I love Star Wars, but when I was just like,
Yes,
oh, like,
Spaceballs.
no, no. But Mel
I think
Brooks,
it's
he's a
hilarious.
funny
I mean,
guy. Yep. Jay's like, Spaceballs.
yeah.
Yes. And Jay says, Mario, I hope you get inspired soon. Yep, I think a lot of us, just because of the energy going on in the world and maybe in our country, and then we have all those Lions gates, and we just had that Sirius gateway, and we've been having eclipses this year. I mean, that's a lot of energy. We maybe just kind of everything, like when you grab what, like you got sediment, and
Hmm.
there you have water, and then you kind of give it a shake like a fishbowl or something, and everything starts going like this, and then you have to wait till everything kind of settles and falls into place. That's
Hmm.
kind of how maybe it is, Moira. We got to let stuff settle down and get grounded and let everything integrate, and then you'll probably be recalled again, to pick
Yeah.
up your cards.
Peace Mama has a question.
Let me, there she is. I'm trying to figure out why or what my block is to reopening back up 30 years. I've made huge leaps and bounds, but I'm blocked somewhere. Any suggestions, anyone?
Me,
Well, we have a lot of readers. What?
I'm laughing at.
I know all I'm seeing is
I'm
space
sorry, I'm not
balls,
laughing
space.
at you, Peace Mama. The first
Yes.
thing that popped into my mind is shadow work. I mean, I don't know if um, because there's some stuff is buried so deep that
Hmm.
we don't realize what it is until we really stop and really get in a spiritual place where we can open up and delve deep.
Hmm.
But
I always recommend journaling. One year when I got really sick, every day, almost religiously for a year, I had to grab that journal in the morning with a cup of tea or coffee,
mm,
and I would just write and write. Sometimes it was the same thing every day, or maybe said different, but every day I had to write. And then within a year, when things started to settle, medication was working better. I was in a better place. Then I had to do it less. But journaling really helps a lot of us.
also,
Yeah, a
you
lot.
know,
That's what it is.
just I don't know, just put like a like a drumming
Hmm.
video, if they a YouTube drumming video or meditation video, and watch the video and just have your pen on your paper and see what.
And I have another suggestion. And again, of course, YouTube, entertainment purposes only. Everyone, see your doctor. And like Gerald always says on his card, really. So um, maybe when you get into meditation where you have time where you're not going to be disturbed, put some relaxing music on, like a Reiki music or an ambient music that you feel very relaxed to. Maybe it's strumming, but maybe just start with something soft and calm. And one of the things that I know other people, I think Ginger suggests this as well, but this is what I learned in Reiki when I was in Arizona, is to sit there and imagine a light, a beautiful white light, and have it start coming down into your head. And as it comes to each chakra, if the light just passes gently through that chakra and kind of like becomes that color, then you know that area is open. And if it's not, you sit there, you let that ball of white light get infused with that purple, and then when it feels like it's ready to drop, go down to the next chakra and go through your whole body down to the bottom, and just slowly see where the energy might be holding. And as you're doing that, opening them up, and maybe that will help. And you don't want to force that light. You want it to take time and let it just absorb that color. And then when you feel like, okay, can it drop down now into the next? Yep. Okay, then we move down into, so that would be like your purples, and then into your indigos, and
Mm-hmm.
then into your throat, into your heart or your higher heart. We have more than seven, but just like start working through the main ones and going through down to the bottom. And then when you're down to the bottom, if you want, ask Mother Earth to send energy upwards and kind of just bring up that light and have the light from, the spiritual connecting with the light from Mother Earth, and kind of like that, just flow that up and down and around, and just, sit within that beautiful, like create like a bubble, like a little sphere underneath you. And then when you're ready, you just let it go and you thank the universe, and maybe do that, for a while and see if that helps.
Mhm.
Um,
Automatic writing really helps me. And that's one way. That's my dog. She's rubbing her back on the carpet.
my Lilu used to do that. She made the cutest sounds.
Truff, I think you've done enough, sweetie.
Yeah. Oh, and all this wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your wisdom with her.
Yes, yes. Well, that's one of the wonderful things. We care about each other. We really do.
Mm-hmm. It's not artificial, and in my chat, authentic people with, good hearts and their kindness.
I like what he said, listen to Dawn chorus. Now I'm thinking, I don't know if this is what you mean, Garnet, but in the morning when the birds are singing and twittering and they're starting their day and everything, I'll go out, really early when the sun is just coming up. It's still kind of dark. I love when nature wakes up. There's just something so precious about it. And I don't know.
That's a beautiful suggestion. Sorry, Nancy.
You can learn a lot of lessons from birds. I mean, they can have a horrendous night of thunderstorms and heavy wind and everything, and in the morning they're just so happy, and they even sing in the rain. I mean, it's just, they're happy. They're just happy all the time. Of course, they're very happy when I put
birdseed out.
Yes.
And Carmela says that's her favorite time also. She loves that time. And Peace Mama says really quick, such wonderful ideas. I'm a poet. It helps me see things more abstractly. Thank you all so much. Love, peace, and light to y'all. And yes, Ange, authentic engagement and no hidden agendas here in our spaces. So, and Jay says, I have a stork spirit guide. So, that's beautiful. Yeah. And yes, I like listening to birds native in the area. Yeah. I have a big tree bush out here, and for the first time since really we moved here, the white blossoms, they have that beautiful sweet scent to it. They finally blossomed, and we've been having a couple butterflies, and we've been hearing more birds. My cardinal comes by every now and then. So yeah, that's my beautiful enjoyment. So
yeah.
Well, Miss Nancy, would you like to go first? And do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, let's go back.
One for you, and then
I don't have the box because I keep this deck in this lacquer box. It's lacquered, and it kind of matches it. Does anybody know what this deck is?
I don't know, but that's beautiful.
Let's see here. Tarot of the Vampires.
Oh no. You're a vampire girl, huh?
Well, I don't know. There's just something about this deck. It is just so quirky and so cool. And look at this. I mean, how can you not just get drawn into that? Yeah. I love it.
Oops.
And look at this one.
And Carmela loves vampires. I could never.
And
oops, I forgot to put you in the big screen. There you go.
Oh, that's okay. I don't need to be embiggened. Oh, look at this. This is the Hierophant.
I can't see. It's a little in the dark. Yeah, the cards are.
Yeah, they're dark. But I love this deck. I edged it in red. It just seemed appropriate.
You did that. Oh, very cool.
Oh, I love to edge my decks. Well, not all of them, but I don't know. It gives me a stronger connection with them.
Now, is there like a special ink that you buy that you
I
do
get
like
the
energy?
the big kind of Sharpies that have the
The chisel?
chisel, and you can get them in all different colors. I really do. Jay says, I wonder if using the deck keeps vampires away or attracts them. Energy vampires, I mean. Well, I haven't noticed any energy vampires, but I don't know.
Not in this chat. I try
But
to be vigilant.
That's my first deck, and it's fun. And I use it, towards Halloween. I mean, I have not done any tarot readings online. I'm working on that. I just do not feel led to do that, and maybe one day I will. But I love my tarot decks.
All righty, deck number 1. So it's kind of hard to pick your favorite deck. So I'm just going to go to this one right. It's just they're all like, no, me. It's like, which one do I grab first? So I'm just going to grab this one, and I need to get back into touch with this because my native ancestry and or native past life ancestry is really starting to call again, and I love the work. And it's the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and the artwork again is by the fabulous Jenna Della Critalia, and the color palette, everything in this deck is just beautiful. She has water. She does the element of water. We were just talking about the buffalo the other day, and here are a herd of buffalo running. It's called Thunder. Let's see, Vision Quest. This is beautiful. But she also uses animals. She incorporates, and with Jenna's artwork, it's very subtle. There's layers. She's a beautiful graphic artist, and I believe I know that she does the collage. She's a digital collage artist. I'm not sure if she adds some of her own like hand drawn illustrations. Here's a beautiful one. It's called the Earth Keeper. And I love this one. I love the plant, and I love the circles. I'm very much in the circles. And looking at this, I see animals that may not even be there. Well, actually, yeah, there's the owl. There's the wings. So yeah, there's that beautiful one there. Of course, there's lightning. I love the lightning. The earth. There's an earth card. I would like to do a deck discussion on this one. If anybody has it, that's a fellow reader. Soul retrieval. I love butterflies. So when I saw that, it was like my heart almost just jumped out of my chest. I was like, oh my God, look at that. So yeah, there's a lot of beautiful. The Wild Woman. Here we go.
Ooh.
And of course, the Fire. The Beloved. And I like this one too. It's called the Curse. And this is, to me, this is an extremely powerful card. It's not a dark card, but it does give you a heads up. Did you ever see this one, Nancy? Look at that.
Oh, yeah, I have that deck.
Oh, you have this deck. Oh, that's okay. So,
well, the reason I don't have the pocket one, and I thought this would be a wonderful deck the pocket size one is to keep in my purse.
Mm-hmm. And Dolly just gave one away, I think, a pocket size on her channel the other day with Chrissy. Yeah. So that is my first deck, and that is because I have like 9 of Colette Baron Reed's decks, and for me, I'm really not really drawn to many of them anymore. But this one here, I absolutely love. So, is that the shaman? Well, she's got a couple of them. She's got Maruta. She has this one here called the Shaman Stream, which I pull out every now and then. There's some really lovely cards in there. But my go-to right now that I really feel spiritually pulled to work with is the Mystical Shaman. And both decks, of course, are created with the artwork of Jenna. So, all righty, what do you have next, Miss Nancy?
Well, the next one is a Kickstarter. And I have never read with this because
Hi, Christina.
It's complicated. This is what it looks like. What the box looks like.
Oh, I love that.
And this is what the book looks like. This is the Botanica.
The what?
Botanica.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But the artwork in it, there, it's all flowers.
Ooh.
And
here, let me put you.
It's a lovely.
There we go.
It's a lovely book. The problem is, I've got stickers and everything that came with the Kickstarter. Oh, excuse me.
And it says 2 for 2. I have both those beautiful decks. Awesome.
Yeah, I asked her if, I bet you don't have this one, but you very well could have, because a lot of people back this deck. This is what the back of them look like. Let's see, it had all these little cards in it too.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's edged in gold. This is the Fool.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason it's difficult, this is the Three of Cups.
Ooh, that's lovely.
Let's see, the Page of Cups. But you see how I have difficulty reading this, because I don't know. I just, this is strawberries,
I just got some of those today.
Because here's the King of Cups.
Ooh, Nancy, I do not have the Botanica Tarot.
Well, I think it's beautiful, but
and Maruta loves that Fool, she said.
Well, if anybody is interested in this deck, message me and maybe we can work out a trade or something, because I love it, but I'm not going to use it. It just, but it's a beautiful deck. And a lot of my decks that I have bought because they're like my art gallery as well. And that's why I collect decks. But I just have difficulty reading with this one. And it has the little book, and then it has the big, the bigger book. But it is beautiful.
And Ange did put the link in too for the deck from Beehive Books. And again, we purchase responsibly. Know your limits.
Yeah. But it is. I mean, you. I don't know. Somebody that is absolutely enthralled with flowers. I mean, I love flowers, but I did not realize that I would not be able to read with it. So.
And Maruta shared something very interesting. I've been highlighting comments, and I'm going to get to all those, but the first one here, Page of Cups, because strawberries are the beginning of love.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Maruta, you interested in this deck?
She says that she says, I can send you a list.
Okay. Well, my email is on my about page,
and it's in the description too.
Yeah, because we could do a trade. That would be wonderful, because some decks, even though I don't read with them, one day I might, or I have them just because I think they're beautiful, and I look through the cards and just enjoy them that way. But anyhow,
So we have had some comments that I was starring, and let's
mhm.
just going to start from the bottom and move up really quick. Peace Mama says the question is, who connects the flowers? I only connect with roses, snapdragons, and sunflowers and daisies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that would be somebody who's maybe like a green witch or an herbalist who knows, like
Huh?
Maruta, has knowledge of the symbolism
Right.
that's in, and of course, divine design. This is about the symbolism, and now we're learning that strawberries are
This is the box it comes in. All of
associated
it
with love.
fits in the box.
So let me move up to another one here, and I love how everybody is sharing. So from earlier, talking about the vampires, and Jay was like, "Yeah, I feel you. I lost my excitement to do live tarot because of energy vampires. So revamping my interests." Well, you are always welcome, Jay. You're always welcome to join Nancy and I. You know that this is a safe space, and we don't tolerate tomfoolery, shenanigans. And a good day to Christina in Australia. I hope you're enjoying your lovely morning cup of tea. And Amanda, Tropical Empress. I enjoy doing oracle readings more than tarot, but I still love tarot too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think too for me, well, let's see, I almost got that deck. It's a beautiful deck, Peace Mama. So if you are ever, drawn, you're not sure, I can always do a flip through too, or Nancy and I can do a deck conversation like we did with our stone oracle that we both just got that was released.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody wants to see the cards, we can go ahead and share them to give them an idea. Or there are also other YouTube videos where they do the flip throughs, and you get to see, what the cards look like. Let me go ahead, and last one here, Amanda. I'm going to never decorate my house buying new tarot and oracle decks. Yeah, it kind of gets in the way a
Oh,
little bit.
flowers are fairy realm beings. I love that, Maruta.
Hmm. And I wonder if I have the books right by me. There were some books I was going to ask my one friend Amanda. And I don't know if anybody is aware of these. They're wonderful books. I might still keep them. I'm not sure. I haven't really used them, but there's a wonderful book called the Book of Flower Spells
Ooh,
by
yeah.
Sherilyn Darcy. And like there's like the first one I opened up here is the Lavender Ultimate Protection Spell. And
Mm-hmm.
they talk about timings and gathering and the spell and everything. So that was a book. Hopefully, maybe at some point I will use. And I love this. It's the Flowerpedia, and there's 1,000 flowers and their meanings, also by Sherilyn Darcy. And there's even broccoli in here. Then she has a section where you go and looking for like trust, grief, all different emotions or aspects of life. There's a section, and you know, she gives you the flowers, and the botanicals or the fruits, But
We should do a live on some of our favorite books sometimes.
yes,
I'm an insane amount of books, but
so wonderful, wonderful. I love, yes, love that idea for us doing the deck. So stay tuned, and we probably will be doing um,
okay.
a deck chat or something like that. We'll call it. So alrighty, who was next? Oh,
You
me.
are.
So, oh, that was such a
Let's see what
cackle.
you
I'm
got,
sorry.
Heather.
Huh?
I said, let's see what you got.
That was such a cackle. I have the box right here. It's kind of teetering. Because I'm packing, ready to pack, and trying to figure out where I'm going to put things. But the Rose Oracle, that,
Whoop.
no, between the truck and then we're here. So Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle. I have about 5 of her decks, and I think this is the one that I really love. Happy that I purchased. Um, it is just a stunning deck. Sometimes it's a little hard, to look at because there's so many layers, and sometimes the images get lost into one another. But just a lot of beautiful, um, soft, gentle images. In this deck, I think would probably resonate well with your book, Nancy, that you just
I was just thinking the same. I was just thinking the same thing.
healing is happening. I mean, lots of beautiful, and this is really based on. It's called the rose, the blooming, the rose. There's one in here called the rose lineage. There's the rose sun, and there's
Mhm.
also one called Sophia. Sophia is considered a divine feminine energy within, I believe, the Christian and or Hebrew. It's a lot of it's just multi-layered, and this is why Nancy and I love doing the divine feminine on Mondays, because so many of these beautiful divine feminine energies and or goddesses, they get like kind of swept under the rug, or they're like a second thought, or they're just mentioned in passing, and they so deserve to be uh, discussed and be brought forward to the forefront as well. And the beautiful, the Holy Grail. Rebecca Campbell lives in Glastonbury, so she's really connected to with the Avalon in the area, the sacred waters. And when I do these readings, I love to pair these actually with her healing waters, and I kind of call them rose water readings that I do.
Mm.
And another one that I really love in this deck is called the Thorn, and it's about protection and boundaries. So Jay, this might be one of your favorite cards out of this deck, but creating healthy boundaries, um, and just really for all of us, you know, the thorns are there for a reason. It's for protection, and there's just so many beautiful. And I think you have this deck too, Nancy, don't
I
you?
do.
Oops, stay
I
tuned.
do not
So
have her starseed deck.
I do too. I have her star seed. I was gifted the something awaken your light, or work your light. Then I have the healing waters. I have this, and then the stone that just came
Mm-hmm.
out. So, and thank you, Ange. There you go. And look at this. So Sophia is an angel to you. For me, when I learned about her, she was a divine feminine
Ooh.
goddess energy, like the Shekinah energy. But that's beautiful, Maruta. They all relate to us in so many ways, and however they work with us. Um, and Garnet was mentioning something about. Okay, whoop. Let me back up here. So Garnet was talking about foxglove and heart. Yeah. So sharing your herbal knowledge. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
sharing. And peace, Mama. Oh my God, I love the Rose Oracle. The layers talk both. I mean, this is really
Yeah,
an
it's
incredible deck.
exquisite. Yeah.
I tend to go for that one more than any of her others. That's the one that really resonates with me. And oh, actually, Ange has a flip through of the Rose Oracle on her channel. So everybody, be sure to drop
Mm.
by, show Ange some love, and hit that like, subscribe. We're trying to get her when she's ready to get back in and doing shows with us and being again a part of the community.
Yes.
So, and again for YouTube, this is just for entertainment purposes only. This is just us sharing our knowledge. Me, myself, and I, and Nancy and our fellow chatters. Yes, we're not doctors, but we do share our knowledge, and we like to exchange, our experiences and ideas. So, just throwing that out there for YouTube. Um, I want the healing waters. It is a pretty deck.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Shekinah energy. Shekinah. Oh, it's part of a. It's the Shekinah is mentioned in some of the Christian theosophical websites. It's I can't remember what the male counterpart is, but the Shekinah is like the Sophia. It's the divine. It's been associated with the Holy Spirit. So some people will mention Holy Spirit. You will sometimes see Shekinah put in there, or Sophia, also connected with the Holy Spirit, the white dove. And it's also very similar to, I believe, the goddess Shakti, which is also similar to the Shekinah. There are a lot of amazing goddesses and divine energies, feminine energies that so many people do not know about. And that's why Nancy and I do our Monday shows. So maybe, Nancy, we can look at the Shekinah, or maybe some of this for Monday. So Peace Mama, if you'd like to learn more about Shekinah, if that resonates, not Shakira, but Shekinah, Nancy and I would be happy to do that, because we're open to letting divine feminine know who would like to come next, and for us to teach, who would like to come forward. So what did I miss with Fatima? Excuse me, my dear. I had my reading with Ginger Faye. Oh, yesterday was wonderful. Well, yes, she gives incredible readings, especially life purpose readings. I've got one with Ginger, and it was an amazing. So absolutely, thank you. So I think we're going to be focusing on Shekinah for
Yes,
Monday.
that sounds wonderful.
It does. Alrighty, so the goddess has spoken. So Nancy, what do you have next?
Well, the next one is it's a cutie deck. It's just so precious. I absolutely love it. I ordered this from the creator. It's the Way of the Panda.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's by Kimberly M. Tsan. And these are the backs.
Mm-hmm.
And it has, a little book that goes with it. But these are just so precious. This is the Emperor.
Look at that. He is cute.
Isn't he cute? And here's the Three of Wands. The Two of Pentacles. And this, let's see. Yeah, I edged this also in kind of a shimmery turquoise. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. Does anybody have this deck?
I have never seen that. But there's so many decks now on the market, so yeah.
Yeah, here some of them are. Oh, I love the Sun. Now this is much cuter than a naked baby riding a horse.
Oh my good, yes. Sitting here eating my bamboo.
Yeah. And here's the Nine of Wands.
And Maruta just said, I would love that deck to send to Amanda's baby, Aurora. Amanda dreamt she was a panda.
Oh.
And Ange has that deck, Nancy.
Don't you just love it, Ange? Well, we must like the same kind of decks, Ange, because the one that I showed that Maruta's interested in, let's see, this is the Six of Wands. But it's just every card, and here's the Star. Oh, and I'll show you the Three of Wands, because it's kind of rough, but
Oh yeah, it's life.
And here's the Five of Swords. Kind of rough and tumble. And then here's the Ten of Cups, and I'll stop.
Well, you can share as many as you want. You see what I've been sharing.
Yeah, but that, it gives you an idea. It's just a really cute deck, There we go. And that's the Way of the Panda.
Alrighty, I am looking for one of my favorite cards, and there we go. Okay, no, not the snakes. Let's get the snakes on the bottom. Somebody was asking in one of their shows if there are some that there is a fear that you can release um, in your lifetime, what would it be? And I typed in snakes.
Yeah.
So please be cautious of fake decks. Yes, when it comes to the way of the panda, it is an indie deck that you can purchase here. Yes, a lot of times the indie decks get hijacked and
Yeah.
they get reprinted in places like Timu. Shane made. I know Shane's been starting to sell decks. Even on Amazon, you can accidentally get a counterfeit deck. So
You have to really look on
research.
Amazon and to make, go all the way down and look. And if it doesn't have any information and it says China,
Mhm. I mean, most of everything, even our regular, legit decks, everything's all printed in China. But if you go to order something and you don't get a book and it says you get like a QR code and stuff,
yeah,
and if it's really like cheap, right off the bat,
yeah.
And Peace Mama says, I used to collect panda bears.
Aw. My granddaughter loves pandas. That's one of the reasons I got this deck.
Aw.
And I had another panda deck, and Ginger Faye took that for her son, when she was here. It was in my purgatory box.
Alrighty, I still have a couple of other decks, so I'm just going to not keep us too much. I mean, Nancy, do you have enough time for us to go through and share all of our cards in our decks?
Yeah, I mean, I've got two more decks to show. You've got three. Are y'all enjoying this?
I think people are enjoying it.
Yeah, because I have one deck. Yeah, she loves the deck. She really does. But I've got a one deck that probably everybody knows about and might even have, and then I've got another one that you probably don't.
Oh, Amanda says she's got to have that deck now because that was her mama's pet name for Amanda was Panda.
Oh, yeah.
So it's interesting, Nancy. It feels like a lot of people are connecting from their childhood and their past. It's almost like spirit messages are coming through the decks that we chose tonight.
And it's a very gentle deck. I mean, it's like the Shadowlands Tarot. I thought, oh well, this will be good to do shadow work with. Well, every time I get it out, it makes me smile. I mean, it's just a precious deck. I don't see it as dark. So I have some other like darker decks that I use with my shadow work.
And when we say dark, it's not like a negative, heavy energy. It's just the artwork that makes you get into in a place of mind where, it's not evil. It's not, negative energy.
Right,
it's just helping you connect with elements, of yourself that needs to be healed, from your shadow. And if you're really like laughing and giggling, I mean, it's nice to have a balance to kind of help. But if you're really trying to,
this is the deck I use for shadow work.
I want that deck, but he's sold out, and he doesn't. I think he says he's going to try to get it back in stock by mid-month. Fingers crossed. But he's working on a new one.
Is he?
And I think it's called. He's working with the Alice in Wonderland theme.
Ooh.
So, but he also has one called the Obsidian Veil. And it all has to do with goddesses, both light and dark.
This is a Nine of Swords.
Yeah, it's
a card of like a loss, addiction,
pain,
pain, suffering. And here's the Queen of Swords, and I will put this one down. But this is a wonderful
amazing deck
for shadow work, and here's Justice. I mean, they're beautiful cards too. They're not all, and this is the backs. So I love this deck.
And his name is Vixen, and he had a difficult, in his early years. It was a rough life. He is a former sex worker, but he's not ashamed of it. He wrote a book about it, and his decks reflect the shadow work that he had to go through as he found a new way of life and was able to leave that life behind. and to move, forward into his new one. And so the deck has a lovely balance. It really does,
Hey,
because he
Jacaranda.
yeah, she popped in a little while ago. I said,
Oh,
"Hey, Jackie,"
aw.
and she goes, "Look at the pretty ladies." And Peace Mama says, "Cool beans, smiling while doing your shadow work. I can dig it." And Jay says here, PSA, never buy on Temu. They will drain your account and sell you info to third parties. They're
Ooh.
a nightmare to deal with. And I know a lot. I have a friend who buys from them all the time. And I know a fellow reader who loves to buy jewelry and things and stuff from them too. So that's why I'm just like, no, 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 no. And I want to share something that Garnet shared with us talking about decks. He has an original Rider White deck from 1972, never been used, got it in a flea market, has had it for about 25 years.
I just saw that. That's amazing, Garnet.
Hmm. I love it, whether it's shadow work or not, it will get used.
Oh, I'm excited. Amanda is working on a deck. That is amazing.
And
Yeah.
so did Nancy. A lot of us are getting inspired to create, our own decks. So looking forward to it, everybody. Yes, very empowering. I mean, he's, oh my God, he's such a character. He doesn't do live videos. He does shorts, but the music he uses, and the expressions, and I mean, he's just, he is gay. He is extremely beautiful. You look into his eyes and they are mesmerizing. He's got these incredibly, the light that is in
Mm.
his eyes is just, you're just automatically drawn to it. And he has that very witty, flame, almost like, kind of think like Jack from Will and Grace. Kind of, I mean, he's just a lot of fun. So he is on Instagram and he is also on YouTube. Shoot, I got to bounce. Well, thank you for popping in. Peace, Mama. We will see you Monday when we talk about the Shekinah. Got a Zoom with Cesar Chavez's granddaughter. Cesar, why does that name sound familiar? Chavez, you mean from Mexico?
I think he's out in California.
Oh, well, enjoy your Zoom. Have a good night. And so, alrighty. So, I've already talked about this deck multiple times, and um, some point this summer, I think Allison, Ginger, and I are going to try to get together to do a show reading and talking about this deck, the Hush Tarot. This was a Ginger made me do it. Allison, Aries Girl Tarot, made me do it, and Shan got it for me as a gift. And I went ahead and just pulled out a few cards. One of my favorites is the Fool. This cute this little ermine. I mean, he's just adorable. Um, I just love him. For me, the Hierophant. It's so nice to see a Hierophant without any patriarchal connotations associated with it. It all about the keys. The deck is about life, about life, decay, nature. It's full of animals. Um, Also a deck very good too for shadow work. Um, but even it's a very upfront and honest. I like Jeremy's writing. I like how he relates it to um, this day and time of things that we experience on a day-to-day basis. And this beautiful Emperor card, look at that beautiful bird. I mean, the artwork, he created it all himself with a ballpoint pen, pure pigment, moving thing. I mean, it's just, he's an incredible artist. Used to be in a punk and heavy metal band, he said in this book. Um, so yeah,
I love
love,
that owl.
love this deck. That's the High Priestess. But yeah, isn't that owl beautiful? Look at the eyes. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the soul that he captured in the owl's eyes. Just beautiful. So I will put those aside. And yeah, it's got weeds and skulls and bones and all things that
Can you put the front of the box up for Maruta?
Maruta.
She
This
said
is
she's never seen the Hush Tarot.
the Hush Tarot, and it's by Jeremy Hush. And what's cool too is that he's in Philadelphia. He works at a gallery in Philadelphia. And I told Ramon, one of these days you got to go in and say hi. Tell them that we love his deck. So Ramon, don't forget. But yeah, that's just a beautiful deck. And hopefully someday this summer, Ginger, Allison, and I can nail a date together for that. So it's going to be one of those decks that Heather made me do it. It's on your extra lawn list, don't we all? Especially with Etsy with me. There's so many beautiful decks. They're so very pricey on Etsy, but once we get settled into our new place next year, oh yeah, I've been favoriting and keeping an eye on my decks. It looks like a Vincent Price movie. I really dig it. Yeah, I never thought of it that way. Oh my goodness, I'll have to bring that up with Allison tomorrow night when we do our show. She'll probably get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
That would be great if Ramon could do a casual with the creator. I told Ramon if he's able to get a hold of Jeremy, I would love if maybe we could do an interview with him like Jackie and I did with Sasha Graham, who did the Tarot of the Haunted House, which is a fantastic deck as well. I mean, so many decks, so little time. So Nancy, what you got next?
Well, I wanted to explain that these decks are favorites. They are not my most favorite decks because I've talked about them a lot. So I thought I would bring some decks forward that maybe people weren't aware of. This one, I love this. It is the Tarot of 1001 Nights. And artwork is by Leon Carr, Carre. And I think it's a Llewellyn deck. Yeah. No, it's a low Scarabeo. But anyhow, I like it because it's like the fairy tales from when I was a child. This is the Knave of Chalices. Kind of hard to see. This is the back.
Yeah, let me put you on the big. There we go.
I think this is the Devil.
There we go. Oh, wow. Ooh, that's creepy. Yep. Looks like a djinn.
And this is Temperance.
I love that Middle Eastern.
Something about this deck.
Byzantine.
This is the Hermit. I love this. I mean, it's just look at. Wait a minute here. I got two cards. Look at his beard.
Almost as long as Shan's. No, I'm just kidding.
No, now come on. I like Shan's beard. This is the Knight of Chalices.
Oh, that's beautiful.
To me, I mean, it's just kind of whimsical and like of a time gone by.
Almost like a Middle Eastern, like Byzantine era kind of like feel to it. Yeah, Persian.
Chalices. And like I said, I love the backs. I just think this is beautiful. And it has the like the
let me get you back up on that.
The Persian rugs.
Oh yes, I want a Persian rug.
Anyhow, that's
and Maruta says
Knights.
And she says, I love that era and that area too. So Garnet Persian, exactly.
Yes.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness, the lists are going to be getting longer. So I am going to toss in the mix a Lenormand. I have several Lenormand decks, some that have kind of let me down a bit. But I still use them when I need them because, they can get the message across. But the one this is what brought me back into reading, because when I, before the pandemic hit, before I knew about, tarot on YouTube and the politics and stuff, I didn't know. I thought there was just tarot, and then I started hearing about Oracle, and then I saw somebody using something called a Lenormand. And I was like, ooh, because I learned that, Lenormand, there's no reversals. You don't have to, I mean, there is a grand tableau and huge, which I don't even think I could ever mentally really be able to tackle. But you just read it straight across. You don't have 78 cards to read, because when I was learning tarot, it was like, oh, to read tarot, you have to memorize all 78, upright, reverse, negative, da 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 da. And for me, when I saw the Lenormand, I thought, well, I got to get this deck. It has that very kind of like Victorian feel to me. And I remember Marchetti when I was younger, and I saw this and I'm like, oh, I got to get this deck. So, it is the Gilded Reverie expanded edition. He added about eight, I believe it was 8 cards to the deck. And Ramon, I don't know if you are still watching, but what's really cool is, and I just realized it when I was reading the book a little more, that in the letter, this is actually a copy, like it's a what do you call it? Not a copy, but it's a copy, but anyway, this is taken from an actual letter, and this is Marie Lenormand's handwriting. This was a letter that she had written. So there was a photographic image taken of a letter that she had written, and he was allowed to use it for the art for the Lenormand. So that's an actual letter in her handwriting that she had written. So very cool. And hello, TK. Good to see you, my dear. My favorite cards is the Death card. I love Anubis. I love the coffin Egyptian. I knew I think a lot of us had a past life somewhat in Egypt. And if Allison watches this back, it was like she was Cleopatra's cat, or Cleopatra, or maybe both. We're sure Cleopatra had a lot of cats, or Nefertiti. So it's a little running joke with Allison and I. But yeah, the coffin card, just absolutely fantastic. The birch and the broom, great job. Um, the sickle, he just really did a wonderful job. And the additional other cards like the compass, the wishing well, the dice. There's a few others to kind of add in the mix to expand the message. Um, so just really, I love he included the time clock and all different forms of time, from the cuckoo clock to the rooster. He's got a dial in there, like a sundial. I mean, the candle. He just an incredible artist. I don't resonate with all of his artwork, but he is a phenomenal artist. And he keeps saying that he's gonna retire, and every time he gets ready to retire,
well, some of his
gets
decks have been stolen and are bootleg.
A lot of people.
And I mean, it broke.
Well, so is Colette Baron Reed's. Everybody's is getting boot.
Really?
Yeah. So I love my Gilded Reverie so much I can't even use it. Oh, you don't want to wear the cards? I've been studying it again.
I have several Lenormand decks, but I have never read with Lenormand. Maybe this winter, when I kind of I kind of go into hibernation mode. I mean, not that I'm going to withdraw or anything. I have no plans to do that again, but that's when I, read all my stack of books that I want to read. And
yeah, and Amanda, what is the name of the first Lenormand deck? I don't know if I'm just going to show you this. This is what I have. When it comes to Lenormand, Ramon and I did a video together, a live last month or so, and the Lenormand. See, now Marie Lenormand didn't use Lenormand. She was a regular tarot reader. The Game of Hope, or the Game of Chance, actually came from Germany, and they ended up associating, when it got brought to France, they ended up attaching her name to it to call it the Lenormand. But for me, I don't know what the very first, except for like the Game of Hope, kind of like played like a Monopoly. It's like a game board. You had all the cards and you throw the dice and you move like a Monopoly, like a board game. But this version here is so far my favorite. There's some really nice ones on Etsy, but I'm just not, I can't afford the prices on some of them. But yeah, he's got a lot of nice ones too. So I have a Witchy Lenormand that I just did recently buy. She's packed away somewhere. But yeah, there's also a Kipper, which is associated with the Lenormand. But alrighty, let's go. Nancy, what you got next? I'm going to put a
Okay,
couple of these
this
decks.
deck was a trade. When Ginger came, this deck did not resonate with her, and I absolutely love this deck. It's the Forhaxa Tarot by M.J. Culhane. Do any of you have this? Because this deck, well, first of all, I think there is a lot of, this is the back, and there's a lot of orange in this deck. I think I'm going to edge it in orange. Orange, you glad I'm going to do that? I wanted to show you a few cards because I don't know. The artwork is absolutely gorgeous. I think.
It looks like the mermaid's purse. Some of the style of the artwork too is similar.
This is the tower.
Ooh, maybe not. Wow.
And this is death.
Oh wow.
And I love this chariot. There is something about this card. It just.
Yep. Looks like she's on her broomstick.
Yeah, this is the Fool. This is Judgment.
Oh wow, I like that. That is cool.
Isn't that wonderful? This is the Queen of Fire. I mean, it's just the pictures are so unique. I
like the color palette.
The deck is very slippery. This is the Hanged Man.
Oh, it's kind of creepy. Yep.
This is the Ace of Earth. Look at this.
Oh wow. Yep, nourishing the seed.
Here's the Seven of Water.
Yep, there's the mermaid. Beautiful.
And then the last one I'll show you is Strength. I could show you all of them. I just think they're so gorgeous. There's just something about this deck that calls to me. I don't know. And it's interesting because Ginger, it didn't resonate with her at all. So I'm so happy that I have it.
Amanda loves it. She goes, beautiful. And no, I don't have it.
It's gorgeous. It says, journey through the magical land of Forhaxa, Swedish for enchant.
Oh.
Cast a spell and bedevil. This is a realm where dark and light collide, where the elements hold court, where we find ourselves connecting to a force outside of our own. Love it, love it, love it.
Nice. So I've got 3. I'm just going to zip. So I brought a crystal deck with me. I love this deck. I can't leave out my crystals. It is called the Eternal Crystals Oracle cards. And every card is just absolutely beautiful. It's an actual small, and I love circles. So I love how they put the circle in there with the example of a stone, and then they either blow up the crystals so you can see, the textures and the other inclusions in the stone. Sometimes they'll put an image behind there that resonates with a chakra, like the cinnabar. You can see the chakra in there. Labradorite, there's one in there too. I think this labradorite's supposed to be good for spiritual development. So that might be, it's kind of hard to see, but I think that might be like a third eye or crown chakra. The obsidian, oh my God, I just love how they cut the light in that one obsidian, and they brought that out of there too. So one of my favorite decks when I work with crystals. I have 2 decks. I have 3, and this is the one that I resonate the most with, and I go right through. And again, it's the Eternal Crystals Oracle deck. So what does the High Priestess look like? You had a request, Nancy, from the Forhaxa.
Oh, sure. Let me look and see. This is the Empress on the front of it. But let me It'll take me a minute to look through them. Oh, you can go ahead and do what you're doing.
Oh, do another one? Okay, well,
It'll
Nancy's
take me a
doing
while
that.
to find it.
So I'll pull out another one, a little shout out. So I love Jenna Del Cortalia. I just got a new one from Ange. I'm still working with called the Human Spirit, but this one here came out. I couldn't wait for this one. I was so excited. I waited 6 months for it to be released. It is the Resurrection Oracle. It's all her. She's the author, and she is the artist. So, and these all of hers is by Rockpool, and the color, the artwork in Jenna's deck here, just absolutely beautiful. It's an oracle, and it's just like trying to again pick your favorite one. The only thing about her cards I'm a little not too crazy about is that she puts the sayings on the side. So this one's here called Growing Old Gracefully, which I'm struggling with, but that's a beautiful card. Let's see some of the others. There was one in
You
here.
got to embrace it, Heather. Embrace it.
Yeah, I love that. Almost like a native elder, feast or famine. There was this one. Oh, here we go. This one's beautiful. The face you put on. It's hard to see on the screen, but there's just so much detail in her art. Um, Write your own story.
Which deck is this again? I was looking for the High Priestess.
Your ancestry. I love the autumn colors, and this one, Nancy, is called the Resurrection. It's called Resurrection Oracle.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
And my favorite card is the one that she used on the front. But these are just there's only a couple that kind of leave me a little bit, but it's ethically diverse. Just really, really. And some people complain, oh, she uses supermodels. Then I don't want to hear it. The artwork is beautiful. You know, it speaks to me.
Gorgeous.
Oh my! And look at this one. I just love the golds, the greens, the teals, that Victorian era. Feel again. My goodness, just and the little Fae ear. I love that.
Aww.
Look at that. And it's called Bats in the Belfry. So he's like a little bat boy. But and this one here, I just want to show one more. And it's called The Departure. And it just represents that the circle of life when it's time that we have to go, and it's just it's like a shroud. It's just wrapping them in a shroud and becoming the colors a part of the earth, returning to earth.
That's
It's
gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It's really, really beautiful. So, okay, one more and that's it. School she calls it school days, but I just, the candle, the studies, it's just, yeah. I keep saying I love it. I love it. I would love for her to come to my channel.
Well, I pulled out the deck for the High Priestess for Maruda.
Alrighty, let's take a look
I found
at
two
that.
other cards I want to show you.
I think it was Tropical
But here's
Empress.
the High Priestess Maruda.
It's actually for. Oh, wait a minute. Did Maruda ask for that too? Because I know Amanda wanted to see that in the Empress.
Oh,
that she's always.
Okay, the Empress is on front of the box, but I think Maruda. I think
Maruda wanted that too.
Yes.
Let's see. Third Eye, Nancy. Thank you. I don't, Maruda. If you did, I don't see it. But the High Priestess is one of my make it or break it for decks too. So
yeah. Okay. And look at this page of water. Look at her holding the shell. Isn't that gorgeous? And
I like the colors. I really do.
And then look at this 8 of Fire.
Ooh.
Look at the motion in that card. Okay, I'll put it away. But I can just sit and just look at this deck. I don't know. There's just something about it. There's something special about it.
Alrighty, my last deck I put, so kind of saving the best for last. I am going to be doing a show July 25th with Ramon, Jeff, and Bill on this deck. We all purchased it. It's the Artist Decoded Tarot. The artist is Yoshino, and he incorporated his art with AI art and worked with author Jennifer Sodini. And it's an incredible deck. I absolutely love this deck. Um, and what's great about this deck is that they include prompts for you at the end of the information to help you get in touch with your creativity. There's suggestions on watching movies. There's suggestions on listening to music. They encourage you to listen or watch something, then to pick up a pen and write something physical of your own. Get your artistic supplies, paint something, draw something. There's all different types of creativity props. Sculpture here, I pulled up on this one here. They recommended working with sculpture. And so the deck, I mean, if, with my art, it's very similar in many ways to the colors and the abstraction in my deck. I know someone just mentioned Empress. So that's an Empress right there. Beautiful. Some people are thrown off with the black faces, but it's like, it gives you it's like the void. It's like, in your mind, what would her face look like? It kind of opens up and allows you to connect and see, well, whose face would this be for me? Looking into the void, looking into that energy. I don't think there is really one of my favorite, the Nine of Pentacles, that beautiful purple with the dresses. It's just the way it's so painterly. Um, it's incredible. Um, I'm looking for the High Priestess because the High Priestess is really cool. Um, oh my, I mean, the Judgment card. So he's really inspiring me at some point um, to create my own deck. And his artwork truly, I really would love to share. Well, look at the Ace of Wands too. I don't know if I can find the High Priestess. The only thing I don't like about this deck, there's too much border, and with the extra white, I would like to see it edged more in black to make the colors pop more. I want to take a marker and go down the sides, but I'm afraid I might damage the cards. But there really needs to be. So yeah, there isn't the Queen of Wands, and she includes a pyramid in there. But my concern too is creating the deck. Is someone going to steal the art?
Yeah.
That's what happened. Also, I recently found out. I can't remember. Was it the girl you told me that did the mermaid purse or something? She was sharing her process on Facebook.
She had all of her
and someone
art
stole them.
stored on her Facebook page, and somebody hacked her account and took it all. I mean, she was brokenhearted. I mean,
oh, here we go.
Years and years worth of stuff. Can I, when you're done with that, can I just show one oracle deck that I just
go ahead.
No,
Hangman.
yeah. That,
Hangman.
I like that. Which one is that?
That's the Hangman.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's just beautiful, and that beautiful strength card. Look at that lion. I was hoping some of these stick though, so it's kind of hard to slip them through. So I can't really find the High Priestess. I know a lot of people like the. I mean, for me, that's my but the major arcana to me are the strongest out of the deck. I mean, look at that Justice card. I mean, that red. I mean, that just speaks the gold, the way he just incorporate. And again, my camera doesn't do the details justice. So yeah, the Four of Wands. a lot of this just looks like if people saw my original, some of my abstract artwork from some few years back, it was almost like he tapped into my mind, into, and look at this beautiful last one, this Knight of Cups. I mean, my goodness. I just, yeah, just, yeah. Oh, all righty. So, Nancy, what do you want to share?
Well, I had never even heard of this deck, and one of the cards came in my Witch's Moon box, my latest Witch's Moon box, and it is the Wikipedia spell deck.
Oh,
and it has it it fits like that, the box, and it has dragonflies inside it. Love dragonflies. But anyhow, it has a little fold out thing that tells you how to do the spells. But the interesting thing about it is it has different, like it has cards for all the Sabbats, and it has, now these are spells, and it has spells for pets and nature, and spirituality. I'm not sure. Let's see. Money and career. And like what it says here is angelic help in selling a house or moving. And it tells the materials you will need, the ritual, what you say. On this one, you petition Archangel Metatron. We'll have to look at this one, Heather. I'm going to keep it out for you, okay?
Okay.
And then there's the family, self-care, healing, cleanse and purify, protection, love. I mean, I suppose I could use this in readings, if somebody wants a specific, like for money and career or something like that. But anyhow, it just is unique. I've never seen anything like it.
I want to start talking about more again about spell work and talking about Sabbats and and because I used to do a show called Witchy Wednesday, and then that kind of fell off to the side. But now that I have new people, new subscribers and new readers, and with you having this, decks like this, and you being open to having conversations and having your books and your things that you share with me, I would love to be able to bring that back and kind of, pick up again. And even if I start over, we have so many new people. I would love to, do it fresh, do it over. And I saw this and I wanted to share this with you. Maruda said, it's funny, Nancy, Amanda Sushi pulled a high priestess for me during her reading. Thank you for the confirmation.
Oh, yeah. See, I thought, I just had this thing that you wanted. I didn't see Amanda's comment requesting it. What I thought was that you wanted it, Maruda. So that's interesting, to say the least. I'm glad that you got confirmation. That's wonderful.
That is wonderful. Yes.
Yes.
So we are at 8:31. We've been having so much fun. Did you want to do?
Great. We got carried away, didn't we?
Well, it's so fun to talk about our decks. Yeah. Look what Allison and I that one night from one to the other decks, and the next day it's like, whoa, 4 hours have passed by.
Yeah.
Did you want to do maybe a collective reading for everybody?
I just was thinking that. That maybe
like minds think alike
here for a while, and I don't know if there are other lives going on.
Yes. But we still have 9 with us in chat, so that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. How many cards are we going to pull?
Well, the question that Nancy and I have worked about backstage was, what do we need to know right now? So maybe the energy for the rest of the week. What do we need to know? Maybe energy for the rest of the week, or do you think just now? And Jane is being charming. Oh, so Jane's pulling her charms right now. Okay. Yeah, Jane the Seeker. She's doing her charms. Oh, is that your doggy again?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
it's like Chewy.
okay, the energy, what we need right now. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's do that. And I'll use my artist decoded.
Well, I am pulling from a deck. Let's see, are we doing one card or two cards, or what are we doing?
We can do a couple. I mean,
Okay.
it's going to be a collective, so yeah, we can do
Okay.
a couple. So. Ooh. And I'm going to be referring to my book because there's so much information I am still learning, and it's wonderful what they share in here. Want me to go first, Nancy, or do you want to go first?
Please.
Me?
I said, please go first. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oops. That's not me. That's you. There we go. Let me just put me in the biggie because I'm getting a little dark here. So the first card that I pulled for the energy for this week, for today, this week going forward, for the next few days at least, is the Ace of Pentacles. And for them, it's manifesting on the material. So your path is being illuminated to move forward. You have wonderful things coming in, wonderful energies. This could be financial. This could be spiritual. These could be new projects, ideas, whatever symbolizes wealth, not just material resources, but even practical matters. And this card is about manifestation. And it says here it's basically heralding a new time of prosperity. So next card we go to though is a little bit of a heavier card, but that is life, and it is the Ten of Wands. And so right now, this first card feels like this is what we want to move forward to. We're in the process of manifesting, but what we need to remember is that yet, even though yes, right now things feel very heavy, things feel energetically heavy. We just went into a Lionsgate. We've been having a lot of different planetary alignments, planets going in retrograde. And again, the state of the world, our country, and even in our personal lives, on top of that, things can get pretty heavy. And like it says here, holding the weight of the world on your shoulders. And for them, in this is they call this card the burden bearer. So we may be really carrying a lot of burdens, personal burdens, the weight of the world. But we got to remember to be able to let go of that. There, it says here though, it can suggest that relief is on the horizon. So remember, moving forward, that give up some of those if you can have someone help you with those, or maybe to relieve some of these burdens, not watching or being attached to the TV so much, to have that negative energy constantly being reinforced, into our psyche with everything that's going on, and just being able to take time to go within, and to get grounded and get centered, be present in the moment. And the last card I have is the Emperor. And let me just pull him up here. And so the fearless leader. So we have to be our fearless leader. We can't look to other people that we can go to help us with some of these burdens. But we also need to remember that we need to be our own fearless leader. And the emperor rules with wisdom, confidence, and passion. So tapping into that energy within ourselves, to maybe people in our family, who we feel that we can go to, that would be a stable and secure individual that we can go to talk, to kind of lift our burdens, lighten our weight with good friends. Sometimes people in chat, we lift, we talk, we help each other with some of our burdens. We give ourselves somebody to talk to. Um, and so let me just see here what else they might. So, though traditionally viewed as rigid and stoic, the emperor can also be a rebellious trailblazer or maverick. So, again, that fits perfect with, everyone's like, well, aren't you watching the news? Aren't you watching this? Did you see that? It's like, no, I am going to not my kind of like the not my monkeys, not my circus. Just bring it all in, be within yourself, stand with your boundaries, stand with your morals, your beliefs, your wisdom, and that's what I have. And I'm going to give you over to Nancy.
Well, I'm moving around. This was the last card that I drew, but I'm going to read it first. It is the card of challenges, blocks, fears, negativity, and betrayal. And what I get from this card is, it's a reading for the collective. There's some really strange energy going around now. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of what if, oh, this is going to happen. Everything is terrible. People are fearful. The weather is strange. I mean, there's just a lot of strange stuff going on right now. And we need to not get caught up in all of that. One of the things that will help, this card that I pulled is from the Awakening Intuition. And when you think of all the negativity that's going around, this card is this is what it says. Adopt and adapt intuitive rituals. Now, this is getting you to a place away from this, okay? Rituals are not necessary to access your intuition, but for some people, rituals may heighten, encourage, or focus intuition. Rituals can be simple as lighting a candle, saying a prayer, placing your hand over your heart, ringing a bell, or sitting in a certain spot. You might watch what other people are doing ritual-wise and want to bring that into your ritual. But it's important, that when we have this negative energy, that we do positive things for ourselves so that we don't get caught up in all of this. And so if you have like a sacred space, or you have some place that you can go and you can kind of gather your thoughts, embrace yourself with all the beauty that's around you in your sacred space, and have a ritual that will calm you. The last card is I communicate with compassion. And this is so important now, because, we have as light workers, as people that are striving to raise our vibration, we need to manifest that in a way that other people notice that we have something that's very special. Because when we go out and everybody's looking down and walking and everything, if you make eye contact with somebody and smile and genuinely care about them, that vibration, touches them, and it can change. It can change what's going on in a person's life in a heartbeat. I mean, they feel something that they weren't feeling before. And I think that's very important for us right now, because we have to be positive, and we have to gird ourselves, when we go out into this kind of negativity and fear and everything, that we don't get caught up in it. And instead we radiate this joy and compassion and love for everybody and everything. And that's what I've got for us.
Thank you. When you were saying that, I was shuffling my deck one more, and I just happened to look at the card. And as you were saying, being there for people, smiling, support. I got the lovers card, and of course, the lovers doesn't
It's
mean an intimate.
beautiful.
It's developing beautiful relationships with every other people, connecting with people, showing kindness, support, and coming together. And I just love this lovers card. It's just so beautiful, and I just yeah, I think that was a
Yeah.
perfect ending for that. And I was
Somebody
saving a
from across
few.
the pond that has just come in.
Who?
Cindy David. Hi from London, England.
And
So nice to
so we have
meet you.
Rose Hammersmith. We have Susie David. Hello, my
Yeah.
goodness. Good evening. It's late over. No, wait a minute. It's about 5 hours, so it's about 2 in the morning. So we have fellow friends and readers over in the UK as well. Jackie in Ireland. I just love how it all brings us all together. And I just want to share really quick that Amanda said, yes, I have been feeling the energy shifts the past couple of weeks. So
Mm.
the readings are resonating. And
Well,
Ange,
oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
um, so Ange just said that the picture of my grandma was calling to her tonight. She goes, maybe our grandmothers are dancing together. And I said, that was a beautiful idea.
Yeah.
And Ange says there is a ripple effect. And so what else? So we're getting just beautiful readings, comments, and
Do you see
um,
Amanda's comment? You
let's
just
see.
might save a life simply by smiling at someone. You know, I have noticed that sometimes when I smile at
Yes.
people, they're kind of jolted because they're not used
Mhm.
to seeing that because everybody is so busy and so preoccupied, you
Mhm.
know, and it's true. You know, when somebody smiles at me, I smile, you know, I'm happy, you know, I mean, it's wonderful.
Yes.
You know? And the deck that I pulled about the I communicate compassion is from the Amante Tarot and I mean the Oracle, and what it is it's living with a feather heart. And the
Mm.
Egyptians believed, you know, that when you died, your
Your
heart
heart is breathing.
your was weighed and a feather was weighed, and if your heart weight was like a feather, it was light because of all the things that you had done
Good
that were
things.
you know, you you could go into the beautiful afterlife. And every card has something positive in it
Mhm.
that we strive to do, and I think that's very important right now. Well, it's important all the time, but
Yeah.
especially now.
With everything going on in the world, and the
Yeah.
UK just had their elections, and so did France. And
Oh, and
in
France.
November we will
Yeah.
have ours. And
Yeah.
so it's the world just supporting each other. We're praying for each other. We're holding the light for each other. We're holding space for each other. And when you were talking about um, the smile, it was like 2 weekends ago. I was waiting for my friend Kate at this coffee shop in Buffalo, and there was this young lady sitting at a table waiting for her friends to come back with their food, and I was just waiting for her. I was having my book, and I don't know. I just like looked up and I was looking at her, and she looked up at me, and I thought maybe she was going to be, but she looked up at me and she smiled, and I smiled back at her, and then she looked back down. I looked back down, and it was just at that moment,
Hmm.
um, maybe she needed that, and that's why we both looked at each other and at the
Very
same time, and her
special.
just smiling at me like that, and it just, yeah. So we need much more of that. We really do. And Susie David and Rose, it's so nice to have new people popping into chat. And Susie David, thank you for subscribing, and be sure to subscribe to this wonderful lady right here, Nancy. Her link is in the description below. We are actually just wrapping up. We started almost 2 hours ago. So it's so, oh, sending love and light to you both. Well,
Oh,
thank you
thank
so
you,
much. Same to
Susie.
you. And your mask and your kitty ears are very cute. Mine didn't come in tonight, but I have two black kitties, and one likes to jump on my lap. So maybe next time you pop in the chat, he'll want to come on my lap and you can see my fur baby. So Nancy, do you have any shows planned this weekend with you, Ginger, or Scott,
No,
or Jackie?
I don't.
Thank you, Ange. This is Nancy's link.
Next Monday is Divine Feminine with Heather.
Yep. And she said, I'll be back. It's so Susie. Every Monday, Nancy and I do a Divine Feminine show where we talk about the Divine Feminine, the goddess, and we talk all things, crystals and books
Yeah.
and quote. I mean, just whatever, the Divine Feminine guides us to. And it's not a show. It's, excluding the divine masculine, but the divine masculine is so much in the forefront that the feminine gets kind of swept under the rug or pushed aside. And Nancy and I just like to bring her into the forefront. And goddess guided us tonight to talk about Shekinah, the Shekinah goddess energy for next Monday. So we will be talking about her and doing readings. So, and she loves that. Well, wonderful. We hope to see you back. And that's Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will probably make it about 10 o'clock your time.
Tropical Empress might do a pop-up tonight. All right.
Ooh, keep an eye open. I'm going to be making a late dinner soon. So, Amanda, if you do, and I see you
make dinner too. I've got it all prepped and ready to go. So
we're having steak and mushrooms with broccoli.
Ooh, that sounds good. I made an Italian dish with kind of like a chicken parm and salad and some.
I love chicken parm.
Yeah.
Especially on a nice bed of pasta. Even though, yes, it's a carbo, I still love every now and then my pasta,
Yeah.
So, yep. And even Susie says, ooh, yummy.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, I have that up. There's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we do with it too. And making sure that we're using it for the right type of, the power.
And we will be thinking about you and sending you love and light.
Yes.
As you grieve.
Yeah.
My experience with my recent grief is embrace it. Feel everything that you allow yourself to truly feel
those emotions and cry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Release it, do whatever you need to.
I think it's important. Yeah.
You haven't eaten all day, girl. That's not good for you. That's not healthy. You don't want to get a sugar blush. Sugar blush.
Well,
a
Amanda,
sugar rush.
Got to be here in 15 or 20 minutes, okay, honey?
Yeah. I know. I saw that. Dinner at Nancy's. Teleport. Oh my goodness! If we could only do what they did in the movie Jumper, where he would look at a picture and just visualize, and boom, he's right there. That would be.
Yeah. Well, you know what I bought because it's been so hot is I bought some of those Italian ices. They're strawberry and lemon flavored, and when it's really hot, I just go out and get one of those. I might have one for dessert tonight because I haven't had one today.
Well, I want to share a comment that was just shared with us.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody deserves to have, as long as they try to, they stay respectful. But
okay.
Duke says, this is somebody new to our chat.
Okay.
Because I said the divine feminine was swept to the side or to, and according to Duke, he says, no, it's not. Divine feminine is not swept under the rug, very much in the forefront. You see it everywhere. I say divine masculine is the one demonized. Not here in my channel. No.
The thing about it is I think it's getting more recognition now, Duke. But for a long time, it didn't,
Mm-hmm.
And I think this has to do with us striving to ascend and to raise our vibration. That they both, I have the divine masculine in me, and I have the divine feminine, and you have the divine feminine in you. and of course the masculine,
And it's bringing them all together.
Yeah, we need to embrace both of them. And uh I have a book that I don't have it here. I would show it to you.
Thank you, Ramon.
It's about a book about drumming, and about how many, the ancient women, they were revered in such a way, and they would do the drumming, and they were like the shamans, and they were considered to be sacred because they created life, they carried life. I mean, they had help, from the men to, but somewhere a long time ago, well, actually it was when the Roman Empire fell, things changed, and it was all about the masculine, but it's more even now. And I think it's wonderful that you brought that up, because it shows how things change, and that's a good thing. Yeah.
And Madame Maru said the tarot started with 45 masculine and 13 feminine cards. It was reacted to with increased feminine presence. Now solely masculine decks are coming out. So there is a balance. And it's, if you look at society right now, women get paid less than men. Women's bodies are trying to be governed and dictated over by men. In patriarchal religions, women are still considered the root of evil or the cause of evil, and they're not allowed to participate in their churches in a ritualistic way. We are still seen as the minority, and that is why Nancy and I do what we do, to bring her to the forefront for people to understand her power, her place alongside the masculine. We are all divine feminine and masculine, and in our society, in our cultures, in our religious institutions, men and women are basically, almost like pitted against each other. And we're given these defined roles, like men cannot be emotional, men cannot cry, men have to always be strong, they have to be warlike, they can't be gentle, they can't be soft. With the women have to stay quiet, they have to be meek, they have to be, they have to have babies, they have to be mothers, wives, they can't be strong, they can't be a warrior. So we've just been so dictated for centuries that now is the time, because she's coming forward. We're asking for the men to embrace her within themselves. Woo! We did it again. Let the men embrace the divine feminine, and so that they can heal that aspect of themselves, and with the women healing our feminine, so that we can bring them back into balance. It's not power one over the other, it's about balance. And we appreciate you sharing, and we appreciate that you remained respectful. And you're always welcome to our chat, as long as you stay as such, because this is what Nancy and I, in any of my shows, we stand by that. We we view everybody's experiences, because my experience may be very different for yours. If you have been felt like you have been demonized because of being a man, I am very sorry about that. But there are a lot of women who have been victimized, brutalized, just like men have. And again, it's all about society and getting past the dictates and learning to get just back to being spiritual beings, if that makes sense. So we appreciate everybody being here.
This has been wonderful tonight. I've really enjoyed it. It's fun. It's fun sharing our decks, and
So,
enjoyed. I want to thank everybody for being here because
so Duke shared another something else he wanted to share. That's a 1960s argument. I disagree. No need to play the victim anymore. We are not playing a victim. I am not a victim. We are
well,
bringing her voice forward and we're giving men and women a voice. But respect your views.
yeah,
Thank you and
well,
respect yours. But
yeah.
go ahead, Nancy, because
Well,
you lived through this.
I was just gonna say, we all come from different places and we all have different experiences. Um, you know, things are definitely changing. Um, you know, a lot of women are about to make as much money as a man does for the same job. I mean, but everybody has a different perspective because everybody's life is different, and that's what's so remarkable, that we can all get together, with all of our different views, and communicate how we feel, and get it out there. Um, and I appreciate him, uh, saying this, because it opens the
The
the way of
conversation.
communication,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure that there are women in this chat that have had a really, really rough time, but
No,
having
I have.
that, a lot of men have had have had a hard
Mm-hmm.
life too. But I just personally, uh, embracing the divine feminine in me has helped me grow spiritually, and I cherish that. But I also love the part of me that has the divine masculine in me. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, I get, uh, uh, studying and working with my guides and angels regarding the divine feminine has really helped me to grow. Everybody's experience is different.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really thankful that Heather, invited me to do the divine feminine shows on Monday with her, because I have learned so much, and it
And I've
it has
learned so much from
a
you
lot
too.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
It really has. So yeah.
Yeah, no victim here too. And Amanda shared, I'm not a victim and I have been through a lot. I'm a fighter, a
Hmm.
survivor, and strong, independent woman. In
Hmm.
general, men are intimidated by a strong woman.
Hmm.
And that is true. Many of us experience that. And we're saying that's not everybody's experience, but for many of us
Well,
that
I
has been.
say I've had a very blessed life. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
really, I haven't experienced, uh, a lot of things that a lot of y'all have, that have been really hard. I mean, I have been very, very fortunate, um, but not everybody has. You know,
Again.
and it makes me wonder. Well, how what kind of person would I be? If I had had a really rough start, and then challenge after challenge after challenge. Um, it's something to think about, and it raises a sense of compassion. We have to be compassionate for everyone. Like, if I have 3 children, if you, they were raised in the same house with the same parents, but if you talk to them, they all have different. Um, they would have different experiences because they're different people. They absorb the things, but they maybe read them differently. You know, we're all little unique snowflakes.
Susie said, we must be grateful and thankful, even if we don't have much. I love helping people sing. Making them smile makes me feel so good.
Oh yes, Susie.
And
Yeah.
hello, Sylvia. We are just
Hey.
wrapping up. We've been on for a couple of hours. Thank you. Hi, Divine Feminines. Hello to yourself. And So yeah, everybody, thank you again for joining.
I
Um,
too, Susie. I tend to mother people.
other people.
Yeah, I want to. I there's something about me. I want to fix things. If somebody's having a, oh, thank you, Garnet. Mwah. But I want to fix things. If somebody, and some people don't like that. They want to fix themselves. They don't want me to try and do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's just something in me that wants to,
Oh.
But anyhow.
She says it's nice to see your faces, even if it's for 5 minutes.
Yes. Yes.
And she said, yes, me too. So everybody, thank you again for joining Nancy and I. I will be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with Allison, Aries Girl Tarot. And who knows what our topic will be. And we may or may not pull cards depending on where, the conversation and chat takes us. So until then, hi, Judith. Bye, Judith.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Mwah.